Okay, we're back at it again. Only this version of our coding is going to be for the responsive navbar for a mobile application. So we have our hamburger menu here, logo, and the semi-transparent and fully responsive navigation bar. As you can see, I have my inspect element on, so you're able to see what it's going to look like on a mobile device and under responsive conditions. So let's go ahead and get to coding that. Here we are. We're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and DX this div. We don't really want that in there. To be honest with you, it's unnecessary at this time. So, all right. So let's go ahead and put some styling on our button. And we'll start that off by giving it, let's give it an ID so that we can do some custom styles later. And we're going to go ahead and make that our, let's call it a menu button, but we'll go with BTN just to make it easier. Now let's go ahead and put some classes in there. And let's see, let's go ahead and make the text white. And we're going to go ahead on medium screens, and that's where we're going to hide it. So we're going to give it a hidden class on medium screens. And then we're going to set the focus on the outline to, I think we're just going to go ahead and do a none. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's good enough for that. And so let's go ahead and style out the SVG. And the thing with the SVG tags is they have, you'll see there's different elements in there that we have to fill in. The fill, the stroke, the view box, MLNS, which is basically going to be your reference to the W3 schools. Excuse me. I'll go ahead and talk about that briefly for just a moment. So with the fill, okay, that we're going to put in there, that's the color or pattern inside the shape that's going to exist there. Now the stroke is the color of the outline of the shape, and the stroke width is the thickness of that outline. We're also going to have a stroke line cap in there, and that is going to show you the shape at the end of the lines, like round, square, things like that. Then you will also have a stroke line join. That's the shape of the corners or where the lines meet. So, you could have sharp ones, you could have rounded ones, you could have flat, there's just different things to it. And then, of course, you have an opacity, and that just sets your transparency level. So let's go ahead and get into the SVG tags. That covers both the SVG and the path. And I just wanted to get those out there so that you don't have to look up everything. But it's important to understand these elements. So you should definitely look at your documentation on your W3 schools or one of the other top Mozilla things like that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this SVG tag. And again, with the SVG and the path tags, those elements and their attributes, which I just named off, your fill, stroke, stroke width, stroke line cap, stroke line join, and your opacity, those are essential for controlling the appearance and of that particular element, and also the behavior of those graphics. So it actually allows for a wide range of different visual effects and things like that. So it's really handy when it comes to doing animations, which we're not going to get into right now, but I just wanted to explain those elements before I go ahead and code them in. And then that way I don't have to do it afterwards. So let's go ahead and get a class in there, and let's give it a width and a height. This is what's so simple about this, is you can just type in these very brief things, and it's really nice working with this. So let's go ahead and do our fill. And our fill, none. We're not interested in doing anything fancy right now. Alright, and for our stroke, we're going to go ahead and do a current color. And we're going to customize that at a later date. And let's go with our view box. Oh, geez, I didn't do that right. Make sure you do that with camo case on that one, because if you don't, you're going to run into some issues for the view box. Now for the view box, we're going to set our resolution to 0, 0, 24, and 24. I think that'll make it look pretty good. Let's go with our S, and that is going to be where we're getting, whoops, my bad, I did a plus. That's going to be where we're getting our location for where we're going to be gathering our SVG graphics from, which is going to be we're going to use W3 schools. Alright. So I think that's good enough. Let's get into the path. Let's go ahead and code out that. We'll give it a stroke. Oh, my bad. That's stroke line cap. So stroke line cap. How do we want that to look? Let's go ahead and make that round. Alright, now let's do our stroke line join. And let's set that equal to round again. And now we're going to do our stroke width. And we're going to go ahead and set that to 2. Yeah, we'll set it to 2. Now let's set your dimensions here. Equal to, let's see, let's go with M4 6H. Right. 18H. 16. 1260. Let's make sure that we have everything that we need. 4 6H. Have to make sure that you have the correct capitalization for these items. I think that's going to be good for that. Yeah, I think we're good with that. So let's go ahead and move to our mobile menu. And we will go ahead and wrap this up with that. So here with our mobile menu again, let's go ahead and set your href to pound. That's going to bring it to your home screen. let's go ahead and get some of these styled out here. Oh, let me do the div first. I'm sorry about that. Let's get into this div. Let's give it an ID. Let's call that mobile menu. And yeah, I think that'll be it for that ID. We'll style that out later. Let's give it a class equal to, let's see, let's make it a flex column. We'll give it a space on the y-axis of 2. Yeah, okay, we'll give it a P4. And we're going to make that hidden. And then on medium screens, we're also going to do a hidden. We're going to make the background a gray color. And we'll give it an opacity of 800. And we're going to make the text white. I think that'll be good for that. Now let's get into our A tags. Start assigning some classes here. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and make those block elements. Let's go to P2. Get some good spacing in there. We're going to make it rounded because that's the way we want it to appear, of course. Let's give it a hover effect. And that's going to be, let's see, background. Let's go with gray again. Just for uniformity. And we're going to set that opacity to 700. Give it a transition. And that will be with the colors. Okay, and this one is going to be our home. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just copy and paste this into the rest. Because they're all going to be the same. Jeez. Okay, first one we already have. Let's go ahead and put these between the beginning and ending tag. And we're going to make this one unique rentals, as it says on the website. And our next one will be affiliate services. And let's see, let's go with contact. And then our frequently asked questions. So you can see what we're doing here. And then login. Whoops. Okay, one of the things that I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and add an ID. I'm going to call it login link. Yeah, so that way we can custom style that in a little bit. So that's it for your navbar. That's it in its entirety as far as your HTML. Now the custom styles and things like that we can get into in just a little bit, but I think that should end this video.